Hola amigos, today we will be talking about one camera in comparison with another camera. It will be Sony A6500 versus Canon 80D. There are dozens of videos here on YouTube which can tell you in details about specs of both of cameras. So in my video I will try to talk more about real-life usage of these cameras and their pros and cons more in terms of shooting video. I want you to remember that this is only my opinion and my thoughts, and yeah, I'm a Canon fan, but today I will try my best to be blind like Femida. So if you're ready, let's roll! Things I like about Sony camera. First thing is of course ability to shoot 4K, more detail about it later. Second thing is definitely a winner is S-Log profiles. This is a big gift to all Sony camera users. Third thing is low light sensor sensitivity. On higher ISO footage shoot on Sony camera is better, even much better. Fourth is in-body sensor stabilization. It really does its job. I didn't believe in its quality till I tried by myself. But of course to test it properly I needed a glass without stabilization, and all three Sony lenses that I have already in-body Sony OSS stabilization system. Fifth thing is durable camera body. As far as I know, it is made of magnesium alloy and feels pleasant to touch. Sixth is electronic viewfinder. I don't like it in case of shooting photos, but when it comes to video, it is useful more for stabilization, acting like a third point of touch. Assuming likes: first 4K, second S-Log, third low light ISO, fourth in-body stabilization, fifth durable body, sixth electronic viewfinder for extra stabilization. At this point all pluses of Sony camera, and for me, what I don't like about Sony. First thing is form factor. For me it is a bit like toy, it doesn't sit in hand as I want, and I have not the biggest hands. Start record button is not intuitive and easy to use. Every time you want to start and finish record is like yoga for your finger. SD card slot is in battery compartment, so not always comfortable to change it, especially when the camera is on tripod or gimbal. Second thing is screen. It would be almost a perfect vlogging camera for many people, if screen could rotate forward, and also in Canon 80D you can just rotate and close the screen, and it is protected while you're not shooting. In case of Sony, screen remains always unprotected and will gather more scratches. Touch screen is laggy and not responsive for me, especially after Canon. And you can't use touch screen fully like on Canon camera. You can't operate menu with it, and it is a mystery for me. Third thing is menu, not very intuitive to me. Some settings are not on tabs you expect them to be. For example, picture profiles. And I haven't figured out how to make custom menus, and if it is possible at all, like in 80D. Fourth thing is focus settings. In 80D I can set focus speed and focus sensitivity more accurately. In Sony camera I have only 3 settings for autofocus speed and 2 settings for sensitivity. And again, about menu. Autofocus speed settings is in one tab and autofocus sensitive settings is in another tab. Why? I don't know. Fifth thing, okay, you think no front screen, but I can use Sony app called Play Memories to connect and watch the framing. But the app is laggy and slow and very poor in settings. In Canon application I can change everything: aperture, ISO, focus settings, shooting settings, white balance. Canon Connect is a total winner. And update application for Mac OS I couldn't even got my lens updated after 8 tries. 6 is lens line. Canon has more choice here, and the price to quality rate is on Canon side. For example, even lenses for this test. Sony 50mm 1.8 aperture costs $250, and Canon, the same lens, costs $126 in United States store. Assuming dislikes: first is ergonomics, second touchscreen, third menu, fourth autofocus, fifth mobile application, and last one, sixth lens line. Now let's take a look at what matters much to me and other videographers: low light shooting and amount of noise on different ISO levels. I made the test with equal manual settings on both cameras. Aperture was set to 1.8, shutter speed was 1.50, ISO levels were 3200, 6400 and 25600. Frame rate was set to 24, on Canon the quality was MOV and on Sony the quality was Full HD and 4K. White balance was set to auto, and I chose neutral picture profiles on both cameras. Noise reduction was disabled. So let's have a look at footage, and sorry for Canon little trembling, the glass had no stabilization. So, as you can see, on all ISO levels Sony was a clear winner. The image had less noise, but also seemed not so clear and sharp to me as Canon footage. Let's rub it in. I was thinking for a long time about buying Sony camera, mostly of 4K shooting capabilities and S-Log. But now, after testing it, I got in love with my 80D even more. Why, you will ask me? I will answer. First, for me as a vlogger, forward tilting screen is a must-have. Second, I'm in love with Canon dual pixel autofocus system. Even in low light conditions I can trust it almost totally. Third, ergonomics of Canon DSLR is more natural and organic to me. The grip feels perfect in my hand and all buttons are where I expect them to be. Fourth, Canon color science that comes out of the camera is more natural and pleasant for my eye. Fifth, big line of lenses on almost every budget and worth the seal for L series. Sixth, life of the battery is bigger. It is not a problem if you shoot only photos or shoot mostly handheld, but if you use often gimbal or monopod, it is pain in the ass to change batteries more often. 7. Canon 80D has a headphones port, so you can hear what sound you're recording. Very useful feature for me. 8. Canon mobile application is generous with settings and less laggy. And the last one is price. Canon body is cheaper, almost $250. Sony is a wonderful camera with good autofocus and in-body stabilization, giving you capability to shoot 4K and S-Log profile. It found places in hearts of many photographers and videographers, but not in mine. Thanks for watching, Sony lovers, don't be angry, it were only my thoughts and I tried to be as objective as possible. If you liked the video, don't forget to push like button, if no, smash it, be always inspired, and guys, see you next time.